Deep in the ocean's mysterious depths, strange creatures lurk, each one more bizarre than the last. Some have no faces, others walk on hands, and a few can even shock you before you see them. These aren't just weird, they're perfectly adapted to survive in a world most of us will never see. Ready to dive into the deep sea's strangest, most astonishing residents? Let's take a closer look. The Atlantic Wolffish. If you were putting together a list of deep-sea creatures you'd actually want as friends, the Atlantic wolffish probably wouldn't make the cut. This predator is armed with massive, canine-like fangs, perfect for crunching through some of the toughest armor in the ocean. Spiny sea urchins, crustaceans, even hard-shelled snails. And don't think for a second it won't use them. If provoked, the wolffish can get surprisingly aggressive with humans, so divers are advised to tread carefully. These fish thrive in the icy waters of the Arctic and North Atlantic, where the cold is a constant and prey is scarce enough to reward cunning hunters. They grow up to 5 feet long, with long, muscular, eel-like bodies that let them glide effortlessly along the seafloor. Their nickname, wolf eel, is a bit of nature's playful misdirection. They aren't actually eels, but the comparison makes sense once you see how they hunt. Living at depths from 330 to 1,640 feet, these solitary predators rely on stealth, striking suddenly at prey while avoiding larger predators. Watching a wolffish in action is like seeing evolution's perfect balance of power and efficiency in the deep sea. The Faceless Cusk Eel. Now, meet the Faceless Cusk Eel, a deep-sea oddity that's exactly what it sounds like, a fish with no visible face. Its body is elongated and eel-like, ending in a rear-facing tail that makes it look like it has 2 back ends. The overall effect is uncanny, as if nature was experimenting with a new blueprint for life in the abyss. Some compare it to the ocean's version of a dementor, gliding silently in the depths, a reminder that the deep sea is full of surprises we are only beginning to understand. The Faceless Cusk Eel was first discovered off the coast of Australia in 1874, then mysteriously disappeared from records for over a century. It wasn't until scientists reached 13,000 feet below the surface that it was rediscovered, proving just how hidden life can be in the ocean's darkest corners. Its mouth is tucked under its body, almost invisible, but extends like a vacuum when feeding, an ingenious adaptation to hunting in total darkness. The Faceless Cusk Eel is proof that survival in the deep sea doesn't rely on looks, but on specialized, clever adaptations that allow life to thrive where most organisms could never survive. The Sarcastic Fringehead. Next up is the sarcastic fringehead, a small but extremely feisty fish with a personality almost too big for its tiny body. Its oversized, neon-colored mouth opens dramatically like a fan, flaring wide to intimidate intruders or rivals. When 2 fringeheads meet, it's a display of raw attitude, jaws snapping, bodies quivering, fins flaring in what can only be described as a tiny underwater showdown. These fish are found along the northeast Pacific, near Baja California, where they hide in shells, crevices, and even discarded bottles. Despite their modest size, only about 10 inches long, they live life with an attitude that rivals much larger predators. Every territorial dispute is a mix of strategy and bravado, as each fringehead tries to assert dominance without wasting energy. Observing one in its natural habitat is a reminder that, in the deep sea, size doesn't determine power, personality does. They are small, aggressive, and unforgettable, proving that even tiny fish can have a giant presence. The red handfish. Imagine a fish that walks instead of swims. That's the red handfish, one of the rarest and most unusual creatures in the ocean. Found exclusively in the southern waters of Tasmania, it uses its bright red, hand-shaped fins to walk along the seafloor, navigating the underwater terrain like a tiny, flamboyant explorer. These fins aren't just decorative. They allow the fish to move slowly and deliberately through rocks, algae, and coral, giving it a unique advantage over other slow-moving predators. Growing to just 15 centimeters, the red handfish is critically endangered and sightings are incredibly rare. Its body is covered with rough, tooth-like scales and tiny tentacle-like appendages called cirri, adding to its odd, almost alien appearance. Watching one in motion is like peering into an alternate evolutionary experiment, an animal that challenges everything we think we know about locomotion, adaptation, and survival. Every encounter with a red handfish feels like catching a glimpse of something the ocean wasn't quite ready to reveal. The wobbegong. When you think of sharks, sleek speed and predatory power probably come to mind. The wobbegong, however, flips that script entirely. Often called the carpet shark, this ambush predator relies on patience, camouflage, and the element of surprise. Its flattened, wide body is patterned with intricate designs that help it blend perfectly into the sandy seafloor, almost invisible to prey and predators alike. Found in the shallow waters of Australia and Indonesia, wobbegongs can reach up to 10 feet long. They spend most of their time lying still, waiting for unsuspecting fish to swim close, then striking with sudden precision. Despite their seemingly calm demeanor, these sharks are not to be provoked. Their bite can be extremely painful, and their teeth are designed to hold fast to struggling prey. The wobbegong shows that in the ocean, patience and cunning can be just as deadly as speed, making it one of the most fascinating and understated predators of the sea. The bigfin squid. In November 2021, scientists on an expedition in the Gulf of Mexico witnessed a creature straight out of a science fiction movie, the bigfin squid. With its elongated, thread-like tentacles that bend and twist in seemingly impossible ways, and large, translucent fins that shimmer as it moves, this squid looks more like an alien than a marine animal. Its limbs are so long it's almost impossible to distinguish its arms from its tentacles, a trait that only adds to its mystique. Since its initial discovery in 1998, there have been fewer than 30 confirmed sightings, making it one of the rarest deep-sea animals in existence. Its gliding motion is hypnotic, almost serene, but the creature remains largely a mystery. Scientists are still learning about its behavior, feeding patterns, and reproduction. For anyone watching it, the bigfin squid is a reminder that the ocean still hides wonders that seem almost impossible, existing just beyond the reach of human eyes, silently floating through its dark, alien world. The northern stargazer. Finally, the northern stargazer, one of the ocean's most unusual ambush predators. Found along the east coast of the United States, this fish spends most of its life buried in sand, leaving only its eyes and nostrils visible. Its upward-facing mouth is perfectly positioned to strike at unsuspecting prey, while its body blends seamlessly into the seabed. Some species can even deliver mild electric shocks, adding an extra layer of danger for curious predators or divers. Its dark brown body is spotted with pale flecks, and tiger-like stripes run along its tail, giving it an exotic, almost artistic appearance. But its beauty is a perfect disguise. This fish is all about efficiency when hunting. Lying in wait, the stargazer can swallow prey in one gulp, leaving nothing but the sandy seabed behind. Observing this creature is like catching a glimpse of the ocean's stealthiest hunter, perfectly adapted to ambush and surprise, a living reminder that the ocean is full of creatures capable of far more than we might expect. Which deep-sea creature would you dare to meet? Let us know in the comments. If you love this dive into the ocean's weirdest secrets, hit like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. We've got more mysteries and strange discoveries coming your way, and you won't want to miss a single one. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.